So the question I posed going into this week was, does running your home biblically actually bring peace? Good morning, best friends in Christ. Good morning, guys. It's Monday. Happy Monday. It's Martin Luther King Day. So I'm gonna say good morning. Good morning. Say good morning. We're having breakfast. So I just wanted to check in and kind of give you guys a little check in on how my morning went and is going. I want to start off by saying our morning today is not quite how our days will look for the rest of the week because it is a holiday. So everyone is home, but I decided to go ahead and treat today like I'm alone. Our morning routine, I'm going to keep it pretty much how it would be if it was just me and Soren in the morning. So with that being said, I only cook breakfast for me and Soren. So a quick recap. I'm so proud about this morning. Last night, I'm not gonna lie, I stayed up way longer than I should have trying to get my video out that you guys saw. But I stayed up late, and then at the stand up late getting my video uploaded, Soren ended up nursing around 1:30. So I didn't really get to bed till about 2 a.m. If that. I just remember blacking out after he was nursing. After secured him, made sure he was good. I just was asleep. The night before, I did set my timer to alarm to wake up at 5. I knew that was going to be a struggle because I didn't really prepare myself the night before as far as sleep. But what I did do is I wrote a note to myself in the morning. I laid out my workout clothes, which I'm in, and I put my devotional and everything, and I stacked everything up, and I had my water jug full of water, had all those things accessible for when I woke up. So with that being said, I woke up, my alarm went off at 5 a.m. I realized I was too tired to get up at 5 a.m. So I didn't get up at 5 a.m., but I did wake up at 6. And I nursed Soren till about 6:19, and I was out the bed by 6:20. That's number one. I'm still proud that I got up because I was able to get up without him. However, I do know that tomorrow I have to get up at 5 or my schedule is not going to work, because when Soren finally woke up with his dad, I had 7 minutes left to my workout schedule, and I also didn't get to go over my calendar. That was going to be the next thing that I was going to do. So now I'm going to go over my calendar while we have breakfast together. But I definitely need to wake up at the time that I scheduled because I definitely need more time to do my devotional, do my workout, etc., and have my quiet time without Soren needing me. Just take care of myself first. So that's just a quick check-in. I feel real pleased, and I'm really excited about the rest of the week. I probably will check in later today if I think of something that I missed, but I just wanted you guys to know that my morning is going good. Not quite as planned, but I expect it to be a little more patient with myself because I know I didn't get the proper rest. But either way, we still showed up. We did what we had to do. And I'm so excited about this trial week of running my new schedule and trying to run my home biblically. I can say that as soon as I saw Soren, I felt rested, not necessarily rested, but I felt ready to start my day with him. Even though I wasn't quite done with my workout, I was like, you know what? I cut my own time short because I needed rest. So I'm gonna stop working out and go ahead and feed him because he expects his milk in the morning. So we had that quiet time. Yeah. We had that quiet time. I'm gonna get you some drink. We had that quiet time and I felt ready to receive him. And I'm really, really liking that. That's a great way to start my day. And as far as spiritually, I was able to start my day and really just set the tone for today. And today I'm working on contentment. I'm also working on self-control. That's the Bible week that we're on. This week is all about self-control and being content with where you are in life, with what you have, and even being content with what you don't have. And for me, that looks like not having it all figured out, not having it all together, especially with my schedule. But I'm content because I'm showing up for myself, and that's all that I can do at this time. It's just move forward. So guys, this is the kitchen after breakfast. It is zoomed in tight because, hey, look at my baby. It is zoomed in tight because I have a crop sensor camera, and So I have a 50mm lens on my camera, but that of course turns into a 75mm, so it's a lot zoomed in. So yeah, I wanted you guys to see how the house is looking. So I followed through and kept things tidy. After cleaning, now we're gonna move over to the living room. So this is how the living room is looking so far. We have been playing, but we haven't created new mess. But this is what the living room is looking like as of right now, and I'm happy with it. I will check back in at the Soren's nap time or to his dad. I'll just show his feet because nobody's dressed. Now I'm going to show you the biggest tackle for me today. It's my bedroom. So this is how my bedroom is looking. I have laundry piled up. I have laundry overflowing. My bed is not made up. This is me standing in my chaos, as you guys can see. This is the dresser. Like it's chaotic, and it doesn't normally look like this. So during Soren's nap, I will be deep cleaning the bedroom. That will be my only deep clean today. As soon as he takes his nap, I'm going to come tackle this. Once this is done, that is my task of the day. That is my big task of the day. So I'm going to check back in a little later. For some reason my mic keeps going, it keeps turning off. It turned off. Okay, so this is my third time recording this clip. Okay guys, it is 12:29 now, and I am going to go ahead and clean up the bedroom. Ideally this time block Soren would have been down for a nap at 11:45, but he went to sleep closer to noon, 12:15, because we had to run an errand to Walmart to get some essentials for the home. So with that being said, this is my first focus block, so I'm going to use that to do my deep cleaning. Today's deep cleaning is going to be my bedroom. I showed you guys earlier what that looked like. So I'm going to make my beds, clean my nightstands and surfaces, change the sheets. Well, I'm actually not going to change the sheets because they're okay. I'm also going to sweep them up, and instead of doing the laundry, I'm going to separate it to fold for later, and I'm going to try to get into my bathroom as well because my bathroom is filthy as well. So that being said, I'm going to, for time's sake, go ahead and clean up my room. So I do have some changes that need to be made. Yeah, with that being said, it's now 1 p.m. My bed is not made up because I decided to stop and go ahead and film this part of the video. I had to pivot a little bit today. I am extremely exhausted. I'll start with that. It is 1:55, and I just wanted, before the day ended, I wanted to kind of assess where we're at. I want to discuss what's working, what's not working, and how tomorrow it can be better. Okay. I just wanted to film this because I know once my son wakes up, I have so much to do. So what worked is I did wake up early, so that was good. I could fit my devotional in, which was good as well. Workout was good. Setting my clothes out really helped me. I think something else that I can do is pick my workout video the night before. As far as my workout, it was nice, but towards the end, Soren did wake up, and I'm kind of whispering because he is taking a nap. Also, what worked is setting my water right near my clothes. My water was already in my tumbler, so I was able to drink my water immediately. And having my books, my devotionals, and everything right where I can see them worked for me as well. So that was good. Also, last night we did a reset. Well, actually, the whole family cleaned up. I reset after I cooked dinner, and then literally before I went to bed, I things were out of place a little bit. Not bad, but things were out of place a little bit, and I literally was walking down the hall to just go get in the bed, and I remember what I said in last week's video, how I was like praying out loud, like, God, please, even in the middle of exhaustion, help me to finish and do my non-negotiables. So I turned my butt around. I picked up the little knickknack, straightened up the living room, did the final touches on the kitchen, and I laid out my clothes. That's when I did all the laying out my clothes. I put my water. I made everything flow. I even put my workout mat in the living room. And I wrote a note to myself. Okay. I wrote a note to myself too to read when I woke up. That was a nice little touch. Now I want to talk about some things that don't work. What didn't work was skipping my alarm at 5 a.m. It didn't work because I actually think I need the entire 2 hours because the pace that I'm moving when I wake up is new for me. So I'm dragging. So I definitely need all the allotted time that I'm planning to have for myself while Soren is still asleep. And another thing that I noticed is this is going to be challenging as well because my baby is definitely a Velcro baby. So it's like as soon as I move or get out the bed, there is a high probability that that could just be the time we're starting our morning because he is just that attached. So trying to roll out the bed is going to be challenging, but what I decided to do instead of like going to the living room, I'm probably going to do everything in this room. So my workout, my devotional, I'm probably going to do it right here at my desk area instead of leaving and going to the living room so I can be nearby and so I can, not risk his safety and intervene if he needs comfort or something like that. Tonight, I'm going to go to bed by 9, no later than 10. Hopefully, Soren's schedule permits because I knew I was setting myself up for failure when I went to bed over at 1:30 in the morning. Tonight, that cannot happen. I have to wake right on up. I have to, sorry, Soren was about to wake up. I have to go to bed. So I'm going to plan to do my reset this evening. I'm going to do everything that I did last night except for the lack of sleep. So I'm going to do my non-negotiables. I'm going to reset. I'm going to pick out our clothes. I'll pick out our workout video. I'm going to also put like 3 things on my to-do list as well. So I'm not set up to fail. I'm just helping myself out and setting myself up for success. Another thing that I can adjust is putting out both Soren and I's clothes because and things that I'm gonna need the next day because I found myself wasting quite a bit of time looking for things. This is waking up. So that time block is over. I'm going to give Soren his love and cares and all that he needs. And then I will check back in with you guys tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. But that's some things I've noticed today. I may collect my thoughts at the end of the day to see how the rest of the day went. But I did pivot a little bit today. Today was a little more challenging because people are also in the home. So it's really hard to stick to your schedule when everybody is like throwing you off and actively not interested in what you have to do for your day, but they're more concerned about their own needs, which is what families do. But I just have to reset and try again tomorrow to really not be reactive. I know, because there were some things that weren't on the schedule that ended up being on, but that's all fine and dandy too. So I'm going to care for him. Oh no. And I will check back in with you guys later. Good morning, my best friends in Christ. It's Tuesday morning, and I'm here with another update. As promised, I told you guys that I would be completely honest with everything. So this is day 2. Day 1, I want to give you a recap on Monday. Monday was literally really good. It was like the most relaxing way to start anyone's week. So that was nice, guys. I woke up at 4:35. Okay, I woke up at 4:35, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm early." Well, guess what? Somebody woke up with me. Yes, somebody woke up with me. From 4:35 to about 5:15, 5:20, I was trying to get him back to sleep and nursing him. Guys, I fell asleep. That exhausted me. I fell asleep. When we woke up, everyone was gone for work and school. So, with that being said, this is my first day not waking up. Well, I did wake up, but I didn't get up to start what I needed. But like I told you guys, I'm giving myself grace and I'm pivoting. So with that being said, I knew that this was going to be a challenge waking up early. I knew that was going to be a challenge because as you guys can see, Soren is very attached as he should be. The reason why I stayed in bed and nursed and tried to rock him back to sleep is because that's like something that I don't want to happen. I don't want me getting up, starting my morning routine to just be me waking up earlier, starting my day earlier, parenting because I left the bed and he woke up because of it. Like, no, 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 no. So I'm going to the drawing board. I'm going to go back to the drawing board about the schedule. Again, I'm going to follow through for the rest of the week. I'm going to try to wake up at 5 a.m. This is the first day that I didn't wake up early at all and do anything. So, how I was telling you guys in the last video that when I wake up, as soon as I wake up, he's waking up with me and I'm immediately having to care for someone. That's today. So, he woke me up basically to tonight. He was like, "Hey, I'm up." So, this is like how that looks. Am I frustrated about it? No, I'm not. Well, last night was Monday night. It was Martin Luther King Day. And there was a football game, the Nationals championship. And my house is a little loud. It was a little louder than usual. So um, I'm definitely going to regroup and make sure that Soren and I are in the bed early again. But me and Soren went to the room at 8 p.m. to go to bed, and he was just missing, feeling like he was missing out. He usually watches football with us. He usually hangs out with his dad until he falls asleep, and his brothers, and his brother and his cousin. So the whole time we were in the bed trying to put him to bed, he was just trying to get to the living room. He could hear them. He was just looking at me like, "What are we doing?" So I did go ahead and give in. I went and let him go in there and spend time with his dad. So, yeah, we didn't get in bed like I wanted to. So Sunday night, I went to bed like 1:30, almost 2 o'clock, and that made Monday morning so hard. So tonight we're gonna hold strong to our non-negotiables. But I'm gonna get up and go ahead and do my devotional from bed because it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna do my devotional from bed while he's relaxing and he's being still. So I'm gonna go get in my word, start my day. That's what you said. Yeah. That's what you said. You know that I need it. Diet. Feeling like Jonah, brother turn low now. How we gon' find our way? Feeling like Moses, man, the Lord chose us. Now we gotta find our way. Feeling like David, man, I done gave him all. I gotta find my way. You never feel me. I'm still feeling like Jonah, brother turn low now. How we gon' find our way? Feeling like Moses, man, the Lord chose us. Now we gotta find our way. Feeling like David, man, I done gave him all. I gotta find my way. You never feel me. That's what you said. That's what he said. Been through the fire, never burned, but instead love you forever, even more to the end. Cause all that I needed, thy hands have provided. Yeah, 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 yeah. All of them ups and downs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Never knew it come this far, but now we're here, yeah, yeah. Everything we ever knew, now we give it up to you. That's what he said. Been through the fire, never burned, but instead love you forever, even more to the end. Cause all that I needed. There are your little shoes. We're in the book of Titus today. This week's focus was and is self-control. Good morning, my best friends in Christ. I'm Brittany. Welcome to another video. So you guys have seen Monday, you've seen Tuesday, and it is now Wednesday. And just to catch you guys up, if you're new and never seen my face, last week we started discussing running my home biblically. I gave you guys the game plan, and this week is all about me following that game plan and attempting it attempting to follow that game plan and schedule to make my life more peaceful, etc. And most importantly, to be a good steward over my home and bring order to my home. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm going to get into my devotional. And today I'm going to most likely take you guys through my entire day because I have yet to take you guys through my entire day. And I feel like today would be the perfect day to do that.
I don't like to see you crying on your pillow. Never wanted you to feel like I'm not there. But I know that in this life you will have trouble. I just wanna let you know that I'm still writing you new love letters. You see how I take care of the sparrow. I do it all for you to prove I gotcha. You see how I'm still painting the rain.
Jag blir glad när vi är med varandra. Glad att du kom, glad att du stannade. Tänk att vi ligger här tillsammans. Glad att du vill, glad att du fastnade. Här blir ju helt något. Glad att du stannade. Här blir ju helt något. Glad att du kom. Glad att du stannade. Om vi håller det riktigt ärligt. Samtidigt svettigt kan det bli riktigt härligt. Om vi håller det riktigt äkta. Kan vi få lugnt och snabba upp. Kan morgonen läggas.
Good morning, my best friends in Christ. And today is Saturday, and I'm so excited because this is my weekly recap. We made it to the end of a week. I'm so excited to share my findings and answer the question that I posed in my last episode of learning to run my home biblically. I'm Brittany. I'm 36 years old. I'm a mother of 3, and I'm engaged to be a wife. I make content surrounded by faith, family, and homemaking because that is the season that I'm in. If you're interested, continue watching. And if you're feeling led, join the family, join the friendship, and like this video and subscribe. With that out the way, let's jump right into this video, guys. I've already had my amazing breakfast, and now we're going to just close out this week's vlog. We're going to chit chat. So the question I posed going into this week was, does running your home biblically actually bring peace? And the answer for me is yes, just not in the way that I thought it would. I feel like I definitely set the bar extremely high going into this. So the first thing I want to talk about are like my wins, and I'll call these peace indicators. I had about 2 to 3 wins this week. My morning routine felt super smooth and super slow, just very intentional. And for the most part, it was pretty predictable and pretty much the same every morning. So that's one of my wins. Another win was the nightly resets. They have changed my mornings. And in the last video, I was talking about how I feel like yesterday's issues and problems and chores were always rolling into my morning, into my next day, into my today. So whatever I didn't finish yesterday always caught up with me, and I had to face it the next day. So the nightly reset changed my morning so much. That's my second win. Also, Soren's schedule stayed pretty protected. For the most part, we didn't miss anything that was on his schedule. We didn't miss any of his marks. So that's my third win, and I'm going to take them and I'm going to clap it up for them. Happy about that. But overall, my mornings felt smoother, they felt slower, which is something that I personally been like craving for my life, for my peace of mind. Now, that didn't come from waking up earlier like I thought it would. It really just came from doing my non negotiables, which is the nightly reset. I had a few non negotiables that you'll see throughout the video. Ones I can think of off the top of my head are nightly resets are mandatory, and we must clean a mess before we create a new mess. What that looks like in my house, it pretty much looks like before I go to the living room with Soren to start our day, we must reset our bedroom, make up the bed, even if it's a soft reset. We must do that before going into the next room or doing the next task. So those are the wins. Yes. Now we're going to talk about what didn't fit and what didn't work, because I told y'all I was going to be honest with y'all. I had a goal to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. That did not fit my life. As a matter of fact, that only happened once this week, twice if we're being technical, but that only happened once this week successfully. The second time it happened, the second two times it happened, Soren woke up with me and I fell asleep trying to put him back to sleep, meaning I missed my whole morning. So that just did not fit with my season that I'm in with having Soren. It just does not fit. But what did fit is waking up at 6 a.m. That's a tad bit later. That gives me a little bit of time before he wakes up. It also changed my morning routine. I only had time to get in my word. Okay, that's the main thing. Get in my word, set my mind for the day. That fit into that morning window. So I realized another thing that wasn't working. I tried to jam pack too much in my morning window. I wanted to wake up, get in my word, look at my calendar, plan my day, work out, and do my hygiene, skincare, and all those things, all in a morning block. That was a bit, that was me overachieving or trying to overachieve. That did not work. But moving forward, I'm going to find a way to add in things for me, but I'm gonna break it down over my day. Instead of having my morning start so front heavy, I'll spread it across my day properly. So yeah, I definitely set the bar too high, trying to do too much at once. I don't know, a 5 a.m. it sounds good in theory. It does. But 6 a.m. is really what fits my current season. It was like the most smooth days. And that adjustment alone brought me more peace. Just accepting that throughout the week. I won't call the next section, I won't call them losses. I'll just call it moments where I fell short. I think that sounds better. It's more positive. Now we're going to get into the big one, the one I was most excited about. And I had a goal to move my body, to honor my temple and move my body, right? Y'all, I moved my body once this week. Once. I only moved my body once. I worked out one time. That was Monday. I can't lie. That felt like a miss. That really felt like a really big miss because, like I said earlier, Soren's schedule was darn near perfect. And like when it came to me, I didn't push myself. When I saw it wasn't working, I just kind of gave up. I didn't fit it into another area. And that really did feel like a loss. So, and that's the ultimate goal. I don't want to put myself second. I want to put myself first. That's like one of my main priorities. To me, that gives me peace. But with that being said, I showed up for my toddler. I showed up for my home. And honestly, that is a win. If that's a complete win. Who's to say my week wasn't a success? You know what I mean? That's the problem. God measures success totally different than we do. So that's why I'm really trying to be patient with myself, because how do you know your week wasn't successful? If we're talking about what I did do right, a part of that morning routine, I started my day every day with God. God was a part of my day. And if I did miss a day, I picked back up in the afternoon, mid afternoon. So I'm pretty sure God will consider that a success. I was in my word. I grew another week spiritually. This is week 2 of me completing my Bible in 52 weeks. And I consistently went through week 2. But if I had to wrap it up, I can definitely say that what stayed consistent are pretty important priorities. Soren's schedule went perfectly. my non-negotiables, sticking to them made my house so much smoother, so much more peaceful. I didn't feel the pressure midday when dinner is about to be done and my house is a mess. Literally something as little as picking up behind ourselves made the world of a difference. And going to bed knowing that I picked up or cleaned up after myself and after my family is just, it really brought so much more peace to my mornings. I'm telling you, the small things made a big difference, the non negotiables. Just doing something for future me the night before did so great. I also didn't really pick out my clothes, if y'all can see in the videos as my week crumbled. I just rolled out of bed, you know what I mean? And I wasn't doing my care until after Soren took his first nap. That's funny because I'm like bonnet, robe. Like another thing I want to do is dress up and look nice every day. Um, I didn't always do that, but I can say I feel like I look better. Even though I haven't done my hair today, I feel better and I feel like I look better just because my stress load is lifted just by these small little tweaks. This week has taught me that biblical homemaking isn't about doing more per se. It's not about doing more. I think it's about doing what's important. I think it's about doing what brings you peace in the season that you're in. And I also think it's about grace, giving yourself grace. I've given myself grace, and that in return has given me peace. But this is going to be a series. I'm not going to try to say everything that I have on my mind in this one video. I have a problem of doing that. And with my channel being smaller, I try to keep my videos short because the views aren't exactly where they need to be, but we know God is going to reach who he needs to reach. But with that being said, I'm going to adjust, and next week, I won't be striving for just so much. I'll be making adjustments, adding on to the non negotiables that I got in place that have brought me peace, adding to those. And I continue to take that with me through my week. So that wraps up this video, guys. The answer to my question I posed in last week's episode: does running your home biblically bring you peace? For me, it did. Come back next week. I'm going to be going over what I am changing after 1 week of biblical homemaking. I'm so excited. I will see you guys next Sunday at, let's say, 3 p.m. See you guys in the next video. Bye.